We are on this journey together, y'all. Wherever we're at, in whatever point of our journey, we can still be on it together. So I just gave Juno a bath, and he's watching. The eyes are always watching. Whether you know it or not, they're always watching. I'll show you. See them eyes? Okay, so I just gave him a bath, and I need to pull my pants. I had rolled up my pants, both pairs of them, up to my knees, and I had taken off my socks and my shoes so that I could put the step stool in the bath and sit in there with him, which is a life hack of mine for the iguana fams, reptile fams who want to give your reptiles baths. I don't know, maybe this would work with fur babies as well. I don't personally have experience with fur babies aside from hamsters when I was young, so I can't really speak on that at all, but I can say that with these guys, it's really a lot ergonomically more efficient for my body if I can actually get in the bath with them instead of like leaning over the tub. And I have a tub that's rounded. Let's actually walk and I'll show you. So I know my videos are kind of all over the place, like just talking about all kinds of different subjects, but that's all right. Kind of the aftermath of the bath. Aftermath of the bath. But yeah, I just stick the step stool right in there and I keep the water level below it so that my booty doesn't get wet. And I have my feet in there with him because the bathtub, it's so slippery and it's all white and it's kind of disorienting and unnatural for them. So they use my feet as stabilization to ground themselves, so something to grab onto like a rock so that it feels safer. You know, like if you throw a kid in the water, like they're gonna be like, like scary. So yeah, he's just looking. But hi Precious. Hi Precious. I'm his female. He is head bobbing to let the outsiders know, the outsiders out there, that I'm his female, and he's gonna try to. Hi, I need both hands for that. I think you gotta go that way. I think you gotta go that way because I have my phone in my hand and I can't stop him from mating with me when I only have one hand. So, and they understand, like when I point and I tell them things, like they get it, they're smart. sometimes they'll might have selective listening, but they do hear and understand. So that was my yellow sweatshirt that he mated with yesterday, which I'll post some videos tomorrow. And then he fell asleep on it right after. So, and he pooped on it right after too, which they will do to mark their territory. So it has poop on it. And that was gonna be my steady sweater, for this. There's like this cold streak going on here in the Midwest. So there's the poop. After he made it with it, he pooped on it. So that's his territory. That's his female. That's him mating with me vicariously through my sweater. Huh, beer base. Huh, beer base. Yeah, cutie pie. And he's just guarding against Suyo, who's in there. Still trying to get some room dividers here so that I can just let them roam around and kind of do my thing a little more easily. So I have like a towel shoved underneath the cage to try to deter him from going underneath and trying to get to Suyo. So like he could push under those curtains if he chose to. Okay. And then yeah, that was just his bath towel. So when he gets out of the bath, I dry him off and then I put the towel out there because after his bath, he likes to kind of sit out there and just guard because he hasn't been in this area. He hasn't had a visual of this area, when he was in the bath. So he will sit right there and he'll look out at the rest of the house and just guard. So instead of him sitting his wet belly on the cold floor and getting it wet, I just put the towel under him, let him dry off. He is on his female. And yeah, I'm gonna make some tea. I am going to make some burdock root tea, which I have never made before. I had a friend at one of my jobs once, and then we didn't stay in touch because of like the circumstances. We were just getting to know each other, like, and open up to each other, you know, so sweetly and like vulnerably. And she was just such an amazing, such a strong woman. And we hadn't exchanged phone numbers, but like we talked about it, you know, in conversation. We're like, but you know, we were like working with gloves on, and like our hands were occupied, so we were like, yeah, we should exchange numbers later. And like we said that a couple times, and then I ended up literally getting a new job. Like I went right from that job to a different job, which my boss knew. Like I told my boss, like, yeah, I'm applying for another job. So it wasn't a surprise or anything, but she happened to be the woman who was my friend, who we were just developing this like really sweet friendship. She happened to be going through some personal things during the time when I quit, so we never got the opportunity to exchange numbers. So, but she was the person who introduced me to burdock root. She had made a tea out of it, and she would use it for seasoning. And she would use the tea that she made to make healthy food and make it taste sweet. So I saw some at the co-op the other day, and I've got it here in the fridge. I've got some pears and ginger and avocado in there. So these were 2 sticks, but I broke them up so that they would fit better in the bag. I don't really smell anything, but I am going to rinse them. Here, y'all, let's chat. Oops, why did I flip it when I put the camera down? That was goofy. I've got some chamomile tea here that I was steeping. It's a fresh cup. I haven't even taken a sip yet. The water is literally at the top there. You can see it. This cup is from my friend. So yeah, we got this burdock root. So I'm gonna make a tea out of it. I picked up chamomile tea and raspberry leaf tea because those are on Dr. Sebi's approved foods for teas. I gave away all my other tea. I had so much tea, but it was what's Bear doing? Oh, child. Sounds like he might need help soon. But so I gave up coffee. I used to be a big coffee drinker. You know, I would fast, but I would drink coffee. And that was like, if I had to choose, you know, one vice. What's up, cutie pie? What's up, Bears? Mom's in the kitchen. You want to come in the kitchen and say hi to your moms? Or you want to say hi to me? I'm sorry, I keep calling me his mom by mistake because these guys are so close together now in this living situation that I am Suyo's mom. Like, I raised him not from when he was born, but a couple years later. And he recognizes me as his mom, I'm pretty sure, whereas Juno doesn't. And so it's disrespectful, it's crossing his boundary when I call him his mom, because I am not his mom. I believe that he had another mom, and it's not me. So I don't want to take away from that experience and connection by putting myself as that when I'm not. I am his female, and I am, you know, I care for him, but I'm not his mom the way that I am Suyo's mom. So I'm gonna, okay, so I used to be a big, like, coffee. I would like fast, but it was like a dirty fast. You know, I would fast all day and just drink coffee. I don't do that anymore. I might start fasting again here and there. But, so I put my percolator in the spot where the coffee used to be, but I kept the coffee filters because I thought, well, there might be like a tea that I want to brew. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some burdock root tea in my percolator. I'm actually gonna just stick the burdock root right in there is what I'm gonna do. So we'll just wash it together. I like to do things together, guys. I'm like, you know, there's the other two teas. The chamomile and the raspberry leaf, I bought those, which I'm so grateful that I was able to buy them, you know, like all this good food I'm able to buy right now. Like, there have been many, many times in my life where I have $0. So every dollar that I have, let me tell you, I am grateful. And every gift that I get, I am grateful. Like, my sister gave me these elderberries and this star anise. I haven't used the star anise. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. But yes, I drink that that elderberry tea every morning. So what I was saying about us being on a journey together is like, this is new to me. I've never made burdock root tea before. I've never bought burdock root, but I saw it after like doing a little bit of research. I was at the grocery store and I saw it and I was like, oh, that's burdock. I'm gonna get some. So I'm not letting it go to waste. I'm not like, I'm gonna save these two. And then I might just, actually, maybe I'll start out with just using one, because this is pretty big. I didn't really look at how you're supposed to do it. I should probably do that. But I'm not going to. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna look it up. And if you're not supposed to just put the whole thing in there, then we'll start over. So, but for now, I'm gonna rinse it. First, I'm gonna rinse it off. I'm gonna break it up into 4 pieces, but I'm gonna rinse it. Because I'm gonna be drinking this, so I want to wash it. Wash it because they got a little bit limp in the fridge. A little bit limp, like you can kind of see how they're bending. I think they're supposed to be more like, carrots or parsnips kind of. So I'm gonna just break these into, try not to get the screen splashed. I'm gonna just break them into 4 pieces and then put water in here and boil it. And then before I drink it, I'm gonna Google it. So put some cold water in there. And then I feel like these pieces, I could use another one for another pot. Maybe I could make some individual little tea bags of burdock root tea for single cups or whatever. We'll see what's clever. I'm gonna Google it. So yeah, I just put water up to here. So I don't have like that whole little percolator piece in there. What do you call that? Assembly? I don't know. Percolator pieces in there. So I can fill it up a little higher. You can kind of see where the water is. It's right there. So let's get this thing started. What you doing, cuties? And I'm just gonna leave that on the stove for a little while. I'm gonna put these back in the fridge, actually. Ooh, I should put some ginger in there. Ginger tea is also approved. Next time. I don't feel like I have enough time to peel the ginger with Bear out. Just in case I need to go help him with something. I don't want to have the ginger all over my hands right now. So, but burdock root, yeah, it's anti-inflammatory. It's a diuretic. Has antioxidants. What else? I can't remember. But yeah, just those things alone, I'm like, those are good things. So yeah, I'll let you guys know what it tastes like. We'll take a first sip together. And yeah, for breakfast today, I really enjoyed my breakfast. My breakfast was late because I was with these kids, and then I was meditating with Suyo and feeding them. So I think I didn't eat my breakfast till like 12:30. What's that noise? Oh, it's that. Okay. I didn't recognize it. It was the condensation dripping down into the flame. It was like shh, you know, like shh. I was like, what is that? Bear's really quiet right now. I'm gonna check on him. But for breakfast, I had a salad, actually. I was initially gonna make a smoothie. Where you at, Press? I was initially gonna make a smoothie. Oh, you're over there? You wanna go out the door, honey bear? Oh, sweet pie. I'm gonna come give you some love, honey bears. I'm gonna come give him some love after I tell you what I have for breakfast. I'm gonna turn off this light, it's so bright. And I let my tea get too cold because I was giving Bear a bath. I need to remember I have that on the stove. He's waiting by the door. He wants to go outside. Well, we're not in a house anymore, so. And also it's winter, but I want to find some life hacks for this summer, maybe like a wagon or something, you know, to bring him around in, so make some goals. But yeah, for breakfast I had a salad, pretty much the same thing I gave them, but a few extra things. So I had lettuce. What kind of lettuce was it? Escarole. And fresh kale that I chopped up. And I just mixed them together. And then I put fresh mango, fresh papaya, fresh cucumber, fresh avocado, coconut flakes, not sweet. And did I put anything else in there? We had the papaya, the mango, the avocado, the coconut, oh, pear. I put in pear. Yeah, and just mixed it all together. And the fruit and the avocado, they kind of mash, they kind of like, you know, it's kind of like using, to me it's salad dressing. Like you cut up everything fine enough so that with every single bite you get all those flavors and it tastes really good. So yeah, that was delicious. And then I had some coconut water, and I had some injera with olive oil and dill, which I could have like made some little cut up some cucumbers really fine and done like a cucumber dill kind of flatbread type of thing with it, but I was just kind of lazy, and it was getting late, and he's about to try to do something that I don't want him to do. So talk to y'all later. Here's an update on the burdock root, y'all. I think it's been on the stove for maybe like 20-25 minutes now. So like I've just got it on this percolator, and it's in there. All right, cool. And I'm gonna do a painting here. So I'm getting my paints out, which is one of the things on my to-do list. Putting the paint on there, because I do these glass character paintings where I do an outline with permanent marker, and then I paint it, so it gives it kind of like this 3D. I paint the other side. So I do permanent marker on one side of the glass, and then I flip it and I do paint on the other side. So it just gives it this different kind of realistic but also cartoony vibe, and I just love colors, and it gives me the ability to kind of go like abstract with some of the paint colors but still have the outline of the character, whoever I'm doing. So I'm doing Prince, so I did his outline, and I am about to paint. It's been on my list to do yesterday and maybe the day before, but I didn't. So I realized it's almost 4:30 when I'm gonna hang out with Suyo and have some other things to do. So how I'm setting myself up right now is getting out my paints. so that I don't have to do anything. And then next time that I'm feeling ready, I can just sit down. I'm even gonna fill my paint cup that I rinse the paintbrushes off. I'm gonna fill it up with water and have it be ready to go so that I can literally sit down and paint. So there we go. And I just love looking at this thing, all the dried colors from the past. So yep, just setting myself up here for success. I've got the rags here, and then yeah, I'm gonna fill this up with water and get it all ready to go. Good morning, y'all. It's 7 a.m. I woke up at 4:30 today. There is definitely some type of a shift with the energy here, and it's even affecting when I wake up. So I'm gonna try to go to bed at like I was gonna say 7:30 tonight, but I feel like realistically 8:30 p.m. So Juno is chilling. He started moving at about 6, so I was able to get up and comfort him. So instead of him moving around and trying to get out and protect me and having to just get more and more and more intense, I went and opened his door before his light came on, and as soon as I went in there, he stopped moving around trying to get out, because when he's doing this, he just is trying to get to me and protect me. So if I come to him or I open his door and let him come to me, then it soothes him. He's like, okay, but he's on a mission, which is to protect me. And until he feels he did that, he's gonna keep trying to get out and get to me. And so I came to him, and instantly he calmed down. He went right back in his room, and he's been chilling ever since. So it kind of works out. As long as I can start getting to bed earlier, that's my challenge. Now I'm like waking up. It's like I woke up at 4:30 and I couldn't go back to sleep. I had energy. It's like I'm still tired, but it's a different kind of tired. It's like I feel like I have an energy. So if I could just get to bed early, then it's gonna be good. Everything's good. I feel like this is happening for a reason, and I like to document it because whatever that reason is, we'll find out. I definitely can feel it, and I have faith that there's a purpose for this. And I have never in my life been a morning person. I promise you, never, not once. Mornings, my whole life, like I've had jobs where I've had to be there at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and it was like such a struggle for me. I was like a zombie the whole time I worked at those jobs, like literally. And then on my days off, I was trying to like catch up on rest and sleep, and it was just like a vicious cycle. And I just did what I had to do, at the time. Like, so yeah, I'm gonna keep he's chilling, man. Hi, honey. So I hung out with him for a little bit, and instead of him trying to get out, he's chilling. So it's really, the male iguanas are just wired to protect their female. They are wired, and they're not going to let anything stop their instincts. Like, they're going to keep trying, they're not going to give up. Let me zoom this out so I can rest my elbow. So I'm going to try to make the best of this day, this early start. I could have gotten my ass up at 4:30, but instead I laid in bed until 6 and tried to sleep. So bumped his whole cage. So that's another thing. I'm gonna turn on some lights. I really don't like using lights in the morning, but it's dark out still, so opening the shades is not gonna do anything. So I wanted to take a sip of Burdock root with you all. Sorry, Burdock root tea. So I had brewed it yesterday. I made a video that was a chatty video, and in that video we brewed burdock root in the percolator. So I looked in the percolator yesterday, and let me get a few more lights on here. Hold on, let me get these. I'm gonna get these pink lights on. Hold on. And I'm gonna get these. Get these lights on. It's a little better. So, yeah, I brewed burdock root yesterday in this percolator, and as soon as it had been, I kind of put it on a low flame, so it took maybe like 40 minutes before it started boiling. Once it started boiling, I turned the flame down as low as I could safely and just let it boil for a little bit, and then I turned the heat off and just let it sit there in the percolator until it had cooled down, which took like a couple hours, and then I put it in the fridge. And I did drink a cup yesterday, but it was so late I didn't feel like recording it. So when I looked in the percolator to check on it when it was boiling, it was green. I was like, it's green. So also I had to Google before I drank it, like, is this okay? Because I just was a little thrown off, like, ooh, I wasn't expecting it to be green, which, you know, I know that happens for some things, like, there's some teas that, and some roots, you know, flowers and stuff, that they kind of change colors, but I just wanted to make sure I was being safe, and I didn't do something that wasn't safe, so I'll show you all, and we're gonna drink a cup together, and then I'm gonna food prep. So yesterday I felt so good despite only getting 6 hours of sleep again. This last night I got 5 hours, which is like not enough for me, but I think because of the energy shift and coupled with eating healthy, that it's not affecting me so harsh. And when I drank that cup of burdock root tea, I felt almost buzzed, like, but in a natural good way. And I'm like, I gave up my vices, and it doesn't even matter. Like, I don't miss them, because when I drink this tea, I feel a natural buzz, and when I eat my food, I feel a natural buzz. When I wake up, I feel a natural buzz. So this feels amazing. I feel alive. You know what I mean? So let's drink a cup together first thing. Oh yeah, you can even see in the picture or in the video. See how it looks green? And my cup has like a green hue to it, so, you know, it might be kind of hard to tell, but we'll see. Let's pour it up. Pour it up, pour it up. It's actually like the same color as the cup. I don't know if you can tell when I pour it. It's literally like the same color of the cup, which makes me feel really special. It's like, yo, what? It's just one of them things. So that's what it looks like. That's crazy. It's literally the same color as the cup. So yeah, good morning, grand rise. So like, it's a super cold streak here in the Midwest these next few days, and today I'm meeting with a friend at noon. We're gonna go to this cafe in the neighborhood, and it focuses on vegetarian and vegan foods, and she's vegetarian and I'm strict, but they have hummus. So if they have hummus that's made with olive oil, I'll probably get some hummus. And I looked at their menu and they serve it. They have an option where they serve it with vegetables like cucumbers. So I'll probably get hummus and just ask if I can get a side of like cut cucumbers to just dip in the hummus and call it good, you know? So yeah, I'll be able to actually order something from the restaurant, so that's cool. So we're doing that at noon. So before I do that, I'm going to get an early start on my day and go grocery shopping and food prep for tonight and feed the kids and get Sue out of the closet. Something I noticed, side note, when I eat and drink these healthy foods, I will instantly feel my mucus draining. I did have some type of like a quotation virus like about a week ago, virus symptoms, but my gut instinct told me that it was an energetic release and shift, which is proving to be true. And I love documenting this because when I experience stuff now, like, you know, there's a lot of naysayers, and like, I understand how when you don't experience something firsthand, it's hard to believe and accept somebody else's experiences firsthand. When you've never heard of it or experienced it, it seems really outside the box. But that's really the thing about like having an open heart. It's like, okay, you know, maybe I don't believe that for myself because I've never experienced it, but I can believe it for you because you're telling me that you experienced it. But I am met a lot of times with disbelief in a lot of areas of life. So it's kind of fun, even though my stories are like kind of chatty with y'all. But going forward, if I ever want to, I feel like I could be like, okay, I'll bring you to this point in my story, and then I'll bring you to the next point in the story, and then the next point, and see how it all unfolded. So that happens to me a lot of times where I go through processes, and it's like, I don't always know exactly at the time. I have an inner knowing, and I might speak on it a little bit, but it's not until farther along in the process that I can look back and say, okay, this happened, and this was a precursor to this happening, and then this happened, and this was a precursor to this happened. So it's kind of fun to chat with y'all and just, you know, give little updates and be like, okay, that was my experience. You know, a week ago, I woke up with hives on my face. I've been also having psychic experiences, which I haven't spoken about on here, where I'm experiencing other people's stuff, you know, just to put it super plainly and super nutshell. I'm not ready to expand on that stuff yet, but I am physically experiencing other people's stuff. And in fact, that was what happened the night of my last breakup, which was about a month ago. And exciting news, I got my first period, my first lunar cycle of being single. Holla, 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 you know? So yes, so it feels good. But yeah, that was an experience, and I'm starting to be able to differentiate better and separate what is mine and what is not mine. You know, it's like I'll have this physical experience all of a sudden, and it's like, whoa, where is this coming from? Like, this makes no sense. And I'm learning, like, that's not even mine. Like, I'm picking up on things. So yeah, and sometimes I figure out right away where it's coming from. For example, like the night of the last breakup, called him up, you know, and figured it out. But I had an inner knowing that that was where it was coming from, you know, from that connection, from that energetic cord. And there's other ones that I don't know at first where they're coming from, but I know they're not mine. And then I'll find out later from some experience. I'll find out later, oh, that was you. I was picking up on that, you know. And it's been some really like intense stuff too. Like, I got stories, y'all. I got actual stories, not just chatting, but I've got stories, and I'm not ready to drop them yet. You know, I'm just getting into the water slowly. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so, you know, but there's depths to these waters, so don't think just because I get on here and I'm all chatty that there's no depths to these waters, because there are, but I'm just not ready to you know, to dive into them on this platform yet. That will come. So, you know. But yeah, so that's been really interesting. And I can't even remember why I got off on that kind of little tangent, but I think it was just saying that it's fun to like do these videos and kind of just chat about it and document low key, super chill, like things that are going on, you know. From my personal experience, you know, I'm not even like I would like to learn more about astrology and stuff like that, what's happening astrologically, the in the universe, the sky, the big bodies of things that are out there, you know, and how we're affected by them. But I don't have much knowledge on that. One of my goals is like to take some classes. There are some community classes which I might look into. We'll see. I'm gonna take a community dance class, like an Afro beats. So I did sign up for that one. So, but everything is gonna happen with the correct timing. There's other factors involved here. So yeah, this tea is good. It hits right. Bear's chilling. He knows his woman is over here in the kitchen just chatting. He's happy. So yeah, like a week ago, like I woke up the day before I woke up with hives. I lost my voice, started having like virus symptoms, but my like knowing told me like this isn't just a virus, there's something else going on here, you know. There's something bigger going on. There's like a purpose in this. Something's happening, you know. It's like it's an ascension, it's a spiritual shift. So yeah, an energetic shift. So yeah, the first day I lost my voice, you know, got chills and mucus, and the next morning I woke up with hives all over my face. And hives are not something that they're like, that was another one of those things that I was like, okay, am I picking up on someone else's thing here? Because this does not feel like my own experience. I don't get hives, like, you know. It's just not, it's not like a chronic thing. It's not something I've experienced. So it was really strange for me to suddenly wake up with hives all over my face and they're itching. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure someone could explain it all away. Like, sometimes if you have a virus, you get hives, or sometimes if you feel stressed, you get hives. And it's like, okay, yeah, but never. Only this one time when there's these other things going on. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, then how come every time I get stressed or every time I've had a virus, I never got them before, but I could feel there was something else going on? So, you know what I mean? So why just this one time? You know? So, but anyways, well, I'm gonna keep moving this morning, y'all, because yeah, I want to get stuff done in the morning so I can go to bed at 8 p.m. tonight. So I am going to cut this, post it after I get some stuff done. And thanks for chatting with me, family. You know, I feel like we're gonna be a tribe. You know, the people who are called to this channel, even though I'm not putting out potent messages yet, but I do intend to. But I feel like right now there's just like this cultivation of, you know, calling out, calling in, like we're getting it set up. So when the time is right, we'll be creating our tribe here. So, and it'll be right, you know. The people who are meant to connect here will be here. So it's beautiful. So, well, I hope that you all have an amazing day. I'm so grateful today. I'm so grateful for my health. I'm so grateful for my home, to have heat. Like, I have 2 exotic kids, and like they require heat, and I am so grateful that we have heat electricity, I have a comfortable bed, you know, I've got good food, my family is healthy, my friends are healthy. Like, there are so many blessings. I love where I live. I have access to everything I need, you know, and like, it's peaceful. Like, okay, let me not say it's peaceful, because the peace has been disturbed, because there's fear and hate driven activities going on in this community. So I can't say it's peaceful, but I can say, like, for me, I'm very fortunate that I can sleep in peace at night right now. So that's a blessing. You know, there's a lot of people right now who can't do that, and my heart goes out to them, and my prayers go out to them. And that's one thing that I'm grateful about in our community, is because this community is rising up, and the good people are helping. They're helping in so many ways. People are doing what they can to help what they don't have control over, and they're doing it peacefully, and they're doing it with love, and love conquers. Love is like water, you know. It's sometimes it might take a little while, but it'll carve a path out of that stone. And there's a power in a gentle approach. You know, I'm saying, like, we're fiery too, you know, but we're not gonna meet fire with fire. We're not gonna meet hate with hate. And I'm not saying fire is hate, fire is passion, you know what I mean? But we're not gonna let our fires get out of control, you know? So yeah, this community has just been so amazing in how we have risen up to what we're being faced with. And I know I'm being ambiguous about it right now, because I'm not trying to go into detail and rants about it, but it's, you know, it's all over. It's especially in the United States right now, and especially in this state. The state is getting hit hard, and it's this state is under an attack, and the people of this state are in the spotlight. And I feel like I'm very proud of the way that the people of this state are showing up, because they're showing everybody else from this country and this nation that the people who live here, you know, like, this is not our doing. Like, this is being imposed upon us, and we are just trying to be peaceful. We're just trying to do what's right for human beings, you know? And like, I feel like that's showing. Let it be shown. Let it be known, you know? So that's what's going on in a very, very ambiguous nutshell. So yeah, let's just pray for everybody's safety, and pray that people get the support and help they need in the different ways that looks like for them right now. And yeah, just stand together. Oh yeah, but I had lost my train of thought. Something that I really wanted to tell you all is that when I drink and eat these healthy foods, now that I'm, like, my body has switched over, the mucus that I had, this was what I got sidetracked from. The mucus that is, like, left over from that experience a week ago, and just, like, whatever had been built up, it instantly drains. Like, I will drink something and it'll loosen up, and I can feel it. Like, not to be, like, gross or whatever, but I'll drink it and it'll clear out, and I'll eat my meal and I'll blow my nose right after, and it'll literally be draining out of the body. So, and that was one of Dr. Sebi's concepts too, is that excess mucus creates an acidic environment, and an overproduction of mucus, and creates disease in the body. So it's interesting that I'm experiencing, when I drink and eat, that there's mucus draining and coming out, and that feels very healthy, you know? So it's like, I eat my food, I drink my drinks, and I feel the benefit of them instantly. You know what I'm saying? It's so right. It's so right. I want to say it's amazing, but really I think it is amazing, but I think it's how it's meant to be. Like it's just right. Like it's how it should be, you know? Like food is thy medicine. Like it's just how it's meant to be. But to feel it, it feels so damn good. For real. Okay, y'all. So the daylight is starting to the sun is starting to rise behind the clouds there. And so I think for now, what I'm gonna do is when I do like, I just had some coconut water. When I do chatty videos like this, oh, I just felt my ears pop too. That's another thing. I'm feeling my ears pop. So when I do chatty videos like this, what the different videos for now until I start doing more focused intentional content, I'm gonna just put before the description, I'm gonna put chat burdock root tea, you know, like so that everyone knows like it's just a chatty chat. So like, and what, so whatever the content is, I'm gonna choose like a word to put first, you know, like chat, make burdock root tea. Or if it's more like focused and intentional, then we'll do, you know, figure out those things. Yeah. I'm just sharing that with y'all so like you can start to see like the difference and choose the video based on the description so you know what you're getting into. So it's like someone's not like, oh my god, she said make burdock root tea, but there's just an hour of her just chatting, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that might be helpful for now.